Hey Aries, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 25th. Let's see what's going on with Aries. At the heart of your reading, we have the High Priestess in reverse. So you may be shifting your views on spirituality or really fine-tuning how you go about connecting with your intuition. Let's see what the challenge is. The Eight of Wands as a challenge says that you may fear that once you really dive in this way, that it's going to take on a life of its own and you won't be able to control it. That may be a point of resistance of engaging with either shifting or widening your perspective on spirituality, or tapping into your intuition in new methods or new ways. You may just feel overwhelmed with the pace of life as well. That Eight of Wands in reverse might be about the hindrance to having enough quiet, peaceful, reflective time in your day to carve out a space for your spiritual practice. Your focus is on the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, you put something to the side or on the back burner for a while because you were prioritizing an important factor in your life that needed to be improved. That could have been moving out of a toxic environment, breaking up with a toxic partner, leaving a job that was draining you. You put a lot of the other facets of your life to the side to handle that very pressing issue. And once you did, I feel like you've gotten yourself to a better situation now in that regard, but there's things that you are now reconnecting with, like, you know what, I haven't done my spiritual practice, whatever that is for you. I'm getting yoga for a lot of you. Like I've been slacking off, or I haven't had space or time or the inner focus to dedicate to that. But now you've straightened out some element of your life and you're carving out the space again. Show me the recent past. Fool in reverse, Eight of Pentacles. You were very set in your routine. It felt safe. It provided an element of security because it was a known factor. But you felt like run down or bored, less than passionate about it, I guess I would characterize this feeling. And you weren't really willing to take a big risk to get away from that energy because it was a stable thing in your life, your work or your routine. You knew you needed a change, but for a long time you resisted that change because your routine was working for you. And it would have been a risk, like reinventing or throwing something totally new into the routine. Maybe it would mess up other parts of your life, you weren't sure. Your higher self perspective is the Five of Cups in reverse, which says this is really marking a point in your life where you're shifting away from something that you'd been sad about, ruminating or wallowing in the painful feelings, the sadness about what you don't have anymore. And as you shift away from that, you're starting to infuse life with more of a sense of optimism and joy and gratitude for all the positive things that are going on in your life right now and the things that are about to unfold. Let's see what comes up in the near future. How does this story unfold for Aries? Some important piece of information about how to bring closure to a situation so that you can really move into the next chapter like you want to, with the World there at the bottom of the deck. This is either going to be you finally saying something that needs to be said to tie up loose ends, or create like a sense of finality, a border, not a border, it's like a line in the sand where you're saying, okay, once I step over this line, I'm not going back. That's my old life. This is my new life. And that's the way it's going to be. Let's see what's going to surprise Aries that you don't see coming. Knight of Wands in reverse. Someone that you have kicked to the curb is going to really start acting out of pocket. They're going to behave in a crazy way, show how unreliable and selfish they truly are. I think other people in their orbit are going to start recognizing this, and maybe you become aware of their impression of this person's behavior. It's not so much shocking to you. I think you knew this about them, but I think it's shocking the way that people are reacting this time. I think this person has a track record of getting away with it. People still thinking they're super charming and fun and adventurous, even though they're acting the fool. And this time it's like you have a safe distance away from them, and you can observe from afar that other people really don't support their behavior. Let's see. Hopes and fears. What are we hopeful for? What are we afraid of? So I'm looking at the King of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, and Knight of Wands as the last card out. We have this whole energy coming through right now of wanting to take action, wanting to feel more passion in your life. You want to embody this energy of the Page of Wands. I think you were maybe living vicariously through whoever this person was that's now exited your life. You pushed them away, I think rightfully so. And now this energy that wants to express through you is like, I was trying to get this fun and adventure into my life, and I thought it had to be someone else that I would hang out with that would bring this out of me or bring that energy into my life. This Page of Wands represents your inner desire to bring that fun, adventurous energy through you, bubbling up through within like your own emotional core, your own inspiration and desire, ability to tap into your desires. You're afraid that you will fall into an old pattern of craving that connection in someone else. Being able to feel that you're having a fun, adventurous life by bringing someone fun and adventurous to hang out with, a friend, a romantic partner, whatever it is. It's like that can just come from within you, and you're hopeful that you'll be able to do that and not rely on other people to do it for you. Let's see the end result. The Emperor in reverse. Well, this is either your person really being put in the spotlight for that like Emperor has no clothes sort of vibe. If they are being noticed for their wild, unruly behavior, and people are reflecting back to them that they don't approve, they might up their game and really try to say, you know what do you mean? I have this great reputation. I have my life together, but it's all bluster. This is what I'm getting. It's like they're going to take it to the extreme and insist that they are an evolved, whole, complete divine masculine. And their attempts to prove that to everyone or force the people in their orbit to acknowledge how wonderful and great they are is just going to make matters worse, because the specific things that they are highlighting, that they say they have it all together, that they're the person who's in the right, it's going to be painfully obvious that that's not the case, that it's a facade. There's nothing to back it up. Your friends are going to have your back and notice the false claims of the false emperor. Show me advice for Aries. Five of Wands. Don't shy away from a competition. Put yourself out there in some way. Now, if you've been avoiding, like, putting your creativity in the public eye in some way because you're afraid it won't be good enough or people won't like it, this is Spirit encouraging you to do that. Put yourself out there, engage with whatever sort of challenges that might occur. You're likely to be met with approval and celebration. Now, if you are not wanting to engage with people who you find challenging, then Spirit's encouraging you to do what needs to be done despite the challenges. That Spirit will have your back, the universe will be supporting you, and you don't have to avoid the environments that would push you to prove yourself or back up your claims. You're going to win the battle, so to speak, but not if you don't engage. So Aries, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a great day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful and you'd like a personal reading, follow this link in the description box below and consider becoming a channel member for access to members-only readings and live streams.